Jai Sri Ram. Vinay ji, great having you today again. This is regarding some funny thing happening in Ukraine. Okay, the people are struggling. Okay, they are devastated, and they are escaping Ukraine and going to Poland and other countries as refugees. And do you see the missionaries from America? See, you have to understand, they blame India for everything. Okay, for being neutral, not supplying the weapon, they blame India. And whereas India is the first country to supply humanitarian needs for people of Ukraine, right? And when India is supplying humanitarian needs, and organizations, Sanatani organizations like ISKCON, Art of Living, and other major organizations, Gurudwaras, any Sanatani organization you can think of, like Sadhguru's Isha Foundations, and everyone is doing humanitarian work, supporting and guarding the refugees, etc. Whereas the missionaries from America are handing over the vultures came there to hand over the Bible. Can you believe that? So that they can go and talk to Jesus. Because you see, once you hold Bible and talk and read, and you become a Christian, God loves you. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about it. Isn't that funny? These vultures are waiting for these times.
America has got a lot of history about that, and it's the evangelists. That's what they call them, right? The evangelists are big in America, and it's all a big organization actually. Bollywood has to make a movie on this. It'll become like very successful like PK or any of those movies, but nobody's got the guts to do it.
No, yeah. Now there is a movie getting released. It's called Conversion.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up.
Okay.
It got censor cleared. Yes.
Okay, I hope it gets the same popularity as PK and other movies where they showed Hindus in a very bad way. Because evangelists are exactly what you described. They take advantage of people's situation. Like I was telling you about proselytism, right? Like they are basically people who go to other people, especially who are vulnerable. And this has happened in Nepal. And this is happening in Ukraine. And
Nepal sent back one flight load of Bible back.
Yeah, and you know what? They either send a flight full of arms because that they can collect money, or they send Bibles, which also is actually good for their conversion ratio.
10%.
And this is unfortunate, and people have closed their eyes to this, and they don't realize that America has a vested interest in anything that they do. There is no humanitarian at all in whatever they do. There is always a vested interest. So that's unfortunate.
But you had to appreciate, folks, here, ISKCON is doing 24 hours food supply. 24.
I heard about it. I think ISKCON centers, they're offering total free food to everybody, whoever comes in, and they have, offer free food. Tell me, I've seen this in Sikh Gurudwaras as well, like people do that, and they're doing it in a very noble way. But tell me who else does it? And everybody is after these vulnerable people to either hand off Bibles so that they can convert, or look at, Christ in the time of crisis. But Christ in the time of crisis is a great thing. But Christ is not going to come and feed you. You got to put food on the plate. But you got to put clothes and
then they will say Mother Teresa helped. What do you say about that?
Oh my God!
Maybe she should have gone to Ukraine.
It's a good topic that you brought up. It's a good topic that you brought up because Mother Teresa she had only one agenda.
She is not my mother. Okay. Teresa.
Okay, Teresa. Like a lot of people may not identify with Teresa, so let's call her Mother Teresa. and then people will relate to her. And
Absolutely. With a disclaimer, she is not my mother.
Absolutely. She was a Vatican propagandist. Nothing, no other simple words. She was a Vatican propagandist who came to India, and she set up like a hospice in Calcutta. And, her only agenda was to convert people. Okay. And she was 19 years old in 1929 when the church sent her to India from Loreto Abbey, Ireland, missionary. Okay. She had a very depressing past. Okay. She was an uneducated lady who could barely utter a few English words. She arrived in India not for philanthropy, but for spreading Christian faith. And she accomplished this by institutionalizing over 700 churches and orphanages to carry out the Vatican agenda. Unbelievable. And then the funny thing was, the irony was, Vatican stood firm with her along this journey, managing her press, her public relations and propaganda. World glorified Teresa by honoring her with the Nobel Prize, Templeton Prize, Balzan Prize, Congressional Gold Medal Schweitzer Prize, and India honored her with the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna.
Congress, not India.
Congress.
Sonia Gandhi Congress, Italian Congress. Okay.
Correct.
And the thing here, okay, about Nobel Prize,
Right.
No good Indian patriotic person will get a Nobel Prize, because only if you get a Nobel Prize, sorry, what is that guy's name who got to share the Nobel Prize with the other brown lady from Pakistan? The one who talks
Malala Yousaf. Malala Yousaf.
Malala Yousaf. With that one more, the brown guy from India, they don't want to give Nobel Prize for one brown guy. So they they gave one Nobel Prize for two brown guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So that they can appease both India and Pakistan.
Right. And but if you really want to understand Nobel Prize, is what funny there is, out of all the US presidents, okay, the one who did the maximum bombing, maximum war, was the one who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace before he even started the office, Mr. Barack Obama. Hussein
There was
Obama.
an agenda there as well. There was an agenda there as well.
Yeah, and he didn't even go to office yet.
No, you're right. It was all, appeasement, right? Everything is all about appeasement. Wherever you go, it's like, what's your skin color? Which religion do you belong to? Which country do you come from?
And who do you attack? If you are a Tukde gang, you will get a Nobel Prize from India.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Congress was in power, today we are seeing the Padma Awards going in India to just common people. But in the past, Barkha Dutt, they won Padma Award. Yes.
Rana, you.
Exactly. This is how the Congress appeased certain religious groups, certain people. And all this was through these awards.
It's amazing what kind of heart you should have. People are coming there from the boundary, crossing, escaping the bombs and other things, leaving everything, and you hand over the Bible and want to convert them.
Yeah, exactly. Ukraine is unbelievable. Like everybody and their uncles, they want to take advantage of the situation. And this is not the way you do it, because you got to offer humanitarian aid by actually helping them with clothes, food, shelter, and so on. But what are the missionaries doing? Handing off Bibles, and that is.
And what is the government doing? Dropping off weapons.
Dropping off weapons, exactly. Because you know what? End of the day, weapon. I mean, the gun lobby and the gun mafia in the U.S. is huge.
And
It's
Bible
huge.
Mafia.
And the Bible Mafia and the evangelists are big. They run the whole show there, and now they're also getting into the political spectrum of the United States. And end of the day, what's going to happen is it'll become like England. England is like the government is controlled by the Church of England. So Church of England controls the government there, and same thing is going to happen in the U.S.
Shameless.
Who knows? It's already probably happening.
Shameless. And I just want to finish up by saying two things after the conversation we had. It was a great conversation. Number one, Teresa's organizations are almost closed in India. For what? For organ theft, for prostitution of children, prostitution of nuns, prostitution of adult orphans who come there. And of course she famously said one time, even Protestants were not honored by her. If you need to get a seva, you need to be a Catholic. Okay, forget about the Hindu. Okay, this is to all put together to wind up this video I was seeing a beautiful quote from Africa. It said, when they came here, we had the land and they had the Bible. They told us to close our eyes and see the God. Handed over the Bible to us. And when they left, we had the Bible and they had the land.
Beautiful. Awesome. I love it actually.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vinayji.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.